Just like a bat. I dig it.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. You've clicked on Gotham Cenobites. I'm Terry, and thank you for clicking on here. This one, it's a long time in the making. Small background story. This statue is the whole reason I got into the metal line. I'm into Hellraiser. Of course, I saw Batman Who Laughs. I was intrigued, but then I saw her, and I can't explain why. I wanted her, and she was cheaper. And then when I found out she was in the same universe as that guy, it really kind of exploded me to go find out who the hell these people are. And yeah, and now I have 6 out of 8 of them on the shelf. So today is going to be all about the review of The Drowned, and I want to get into it right away. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a brief character origin. That way you can know a little bit about her before I review the statue, and then we'll do close-ups. I'll show you some paint issues I had, and then I'm looking at it right now on the shelf. I'll give you kind of a video showing you where she ended up in the collection, and while I'm doing that, I'll give you my final verdict on the piece itself, and then of course I'll meet you back here to kind of wrap up. So let's get it. Alright, so background story on The Drowned. I'm going off of the story in her solo book, The Origin of The Drowned. And the story starts with her entering Earth Zero, which is our Earth, which is the normal Earth in the DC multiverse. And she's looking over Amnesty Bay, and then that's when you find out that her name is Bryce Wayne. So then she says, this world is owed to me, and she starts spewing her powers. So she pretty much throws up, kind of, as it were, water, and she floods Amnesty Bay. And that's when Aquaman and Mira show up, and she's like, oh, okay, an Aquaman. The genders here are reversed. And then we're flashed back to where we find out that she's Bryce Wayne, and her lover is Sylvester Kyle. So the genders are swapped, and her Earth is Earth -11. And that's when you find out that her lover, Sylvester, was killed by a meta, and she kind of goes insane and starts killing all the metas, and she kills what she thinks is every last Atlantean, and then come to find out they come back after 18 months or so, and it's the queen, the Aqua Woman, because like I said here, the genders are reversed, and she's all, we come in peace. But then of course we know what's already transpired in her world, and just how Batman is in general. This is Batwoman, but in general, Mr. or Mrs. Wayne is very untrusting. So she dons her cowl and she goes to war, so to speak, with the Atlanteans. Eventually she takes Aquawoman's trident, kills her with her own trident, and after killing their queen, she kind of hopes, they see she means business, they see that, go away. But they kind of launch a retaliation strike, and they flood Gotham. So that's when the true detective comes out, and she starts learning ways that she can modify herself. She goes through several extensive surgeries on herself to modify herself to be able, she ends up being able to breathe underwater. She can heal very quickly, and she can breathe, she can kind of barf. You see her general being able to control water. So she goes to war with the Atlanteans, eventually killing all of them. She also has her own army that she refers to as the Dark Water, and She can even use her water breath to kind of turn people into these creatures and control them when they bend to her will. So after she kills all of the Atlanteans, of course, like always, Batman Who Laughs comes in. Your Earth is doomed to fail like all these other Earths in the negative multiverse. So he brings her to Earth Zero, and then we're back to where she is battling Mira and Aquaman. And she even kind of barfs and blasts her blast to Mira, turning her into an undead zombie being controlled by her. And she's kicking the crap out of Earth Zero's Aquaman, when, of course, like many of these issues end, Dr. Fate steps in and stops it from happening, teleporting Aquaman away. And then the issue closes with her looking over Amnesty Bay, and you see her version of the bat signal. And that's when she says, pretty much, this whole world is mine, and I'm going to drown it all. And that's her origin book, and that will wrap up a brief character origin. Alrighty, so now the elephant in the room. why was I so disappointed? Well, number one, because of the audio problems, and I wanted this to be perfect, and it was far from it. Number two, there's a few paint problems. Well, I don't know how well this is translating on camera, but this spot here, I thought it was a paint imperfection, like maybe paint dripped off a tentacle. But I reached out to Demetrius and Art Statue Collector. They both said that piece is on theirs. Now, Art sent me this picture of his, and even though it's on his still looks like it's painted better. So, and then you just see his picture. This all right here, it's just all done very sloppy, in my opinion. Like, I don't think it's going to pick up well on camera, but just the way the paint here and all this, it just doesn't look good in person. But I was telling the wife, I mean, it is in the back. I'll never see it. There's also a weird white speck right there. I don't know what that is, but then I discovered later, when I put the second head on, right here, I scraped some paint off with her hair. And all of that, I mean, it's still livable. But then we got these two tridents. And you see here, just sloppy paint bleed. And then the worst part is right there. Sorry about my dirty hands, but it's just really sloppy. Really sloppy. I do want to highlight too, like these, they don't feel polystone. They definitely feel like maybe they're PVC, which I'm guessing they just wanted to go lighter to prevent it from falling off. But this is the other trident, and it too has some pretty bad paint bleed. The other one is definitely worse. But yeah. I just wanted to highlight that. And that's why I was disappointed. As long as we waited for her, I just wanted it to be perfect. And the paint splodge in the back kind of threw me for a loop, but I guess it is normal. And then, yeah, the paint on the tridents, all this is livable, I think. It's definitely not worth sending it in anywhere and having to wait even longer to get her back. But, yeah, let's keep it going. I guess while I have you, I can just kind of show you. And yeah, this is a piece of hair right here that scraped the paint off. But you see the differences. I don't know why, but I definitely, this one has a helmet, as you can see. This one has hair, but this one, her nose is out, and this one, her nose is covered. So I definitely would have preferred the helmet look with the nose covered, but all in all, I would have to probably say I agree with Gem Mint. I really wish one of them was a screaming rage portrait. If you read her comics, I mean, it's very, very angry, very full of hate, understandably, if you've read the comics, but yeah. Definitely wish they had done one of these at a screaming portrait. So now we will move along. Alright, so there she is on the shelf. Just kind of give you a brief overview. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6 right there. 6 out of the 8 Dark Knights. Well, the Grim Knight's not really a Dark Knight. He kind of shows up after. But still, 6 out of 8 in the line are home. And Devastator is on pre-order, to be determined where he's going to end up. I have a plan right now, but plans change. For sure, though, when the Murder Machine is announced finally, I will pre-order him. And after the long journey, he will go where Damned is. And I will find a spot for him when that day finally arrives in probably 2.5 years. But he's a good placeholder. Fits right in. And this is the Drowned. Like I said, you got her Red Wolf stand, her CGC, the pop. And despite those paint issues that you saw, I mean, after sleeping on it for a couple days, I mean, nobody's really ever going to notice them. I know they're there, but they're in the back. They'll never get seen. And then you're really going to have to get up in there to see the trident. So I'm really still over the moon with this piece. It's a long, long time coming. But I'm so happy she's here. And I still give her an 8 out of 10. I still love this statue. I can't give her a perfect score because of the sloppiness of the apprentice that obviously painted her. But overall, great piece, 8 out of 10. And like I said, I don't think she's going to trump the Red Death. So he's still my favorite in the line. She's number 2 now. And the wife did tell me that the Merciless is still her favorite. And Drowned is number 2 for her. So that's going to wrap up this portion. Just kind of show you where she is and give you my opinion and rating, and 8 out of 10 for the Prime 1 Drowned. And we'll meet you in final thoughts and wrap this one up. Alright, everybody. That's going to conclude the review for the piece I have been waiting for over 2 years. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, 8 out of 10. And I just wanted to go over it with you. I don't think I've gone over it in the last few reviews, but I always want to highlight this book. If you're new to metal, this is not a book that's actually in the metal line, but this book in general, it's called Dark Knights Rising. And of the 7 actual Dark Knights, Merciless, Drowned, Dawnbreaker, Red Death, Batman Who Laughs, Murder Machine, I think that's all 7 of them. It has all of their solo books. I know you see all my CGCs. Those are their solo books. They're all in this book. And I implore you, like, this is the Drowned's spread. It's a fantastic book. I know I'm eventually one day going to get my wife to read it, because I've actually, I think, piqued her interest, at least, to read about the statues I've spent a lot of money on. But yes, get that book. If you're interested, start with that. I think you should start with that book before you read the actual metal event, because the metal event probably won't make sense to a lot of people, even if you know a lot of DC. But reading that book, getting to know these characters who just show up out of nowhere, will make it a lot better reading experience, I think, for you. That's kind of what I did. I bought that book to research on these guys when I found out I had a crush on all of them and wanted all their 1/3 form statues to be in my master bedroom. So that is going to wrap up the review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for getting this far. I appreciate every one of you. If it's something you like, consider liking the video. Subscribe if you want to. All my social medias I'll put up over my face right now. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot coming in this year, but big things are coming. I'll make an announcement video probably in a week or two of all the things that I have left coming in. Only a few more pieces for me this year so far, but I do have a lot of things planned to happen. Stay tuned for that, and as always, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Later.